high school girls soccer as we welcome in Emily Isley. Hopefully I pronounced that right.
Yes.
Okay. Emily Isley from the Cedar Creek Pirates. Good morning, Emily. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good. Coach Danielle Hagel tells me you're a sophomore and already a captain. What's that like for you?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I just didn't expect it. It really came by surprise, but I'm pretty happy with everything and how everyone treated it, and senior captains are great as well, so I'm pretty excited.
Talk a little bit about this season, what you guys expected coming in. I got to believe you didn't expect to be 7-1 at this point. You got to be pretty happy about the way things have gone here in September and heading into October.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, 7-1 is pretty great, but everyone needs a loss to kind of build up and boost their confidence. So I think we've done really well, and I'm really excited for how the season's going to progress.
Now, did you play any varsity last year?
Yeah, I was starting varsity at the defense last year as well.
Okay. And so what was your mindset coming into this year, your second year on varsity? How much more comfortable do you feel there on the defensive side for the Pirates this year?
A little more comfortable once you get to know the players, but you're still always on edge and nervous about who's going to come in and getting a new starting line because we lost a good senior last year of the defense. But we're building up great, and I'm pretty excited. I
bet you're not as nervous as some of these seniors who are taking the SATs today.
Yeah,
I know. What's really the key to this team this year? I was out there watching you guys. I think it was last week against St. Joe's, and really seemed like you guys are very organized in the midfield. And obviously, the big playmaker for you is Alina Nelson, really controlling things there from the center mid position. How important has she been to your team's success, and how much do you rely on a girl like that who can really make things happen up front for you?
Yeah, well, she is definitely the playmaker. She does great. She talks to us. She's a great leader on the field, and she's really helping us move the ball up and down through the defense to the offense. She's been scoring a lot and giving us a lot of plays, so she's been doing great.
How much does that help you, as a sophomore captain, to have these other girls, girls like Alina and some of the other seniors there who really have been around this program? Obviously you have a first-year coach in Danielle Hagel, so a little bit of change there. How important have these seniors been to really keeping this program going in a good direction?
Gives you something to look up to, definitely. I mean, pretty happy with how they play, so then you just want to play better and play like them. And they're great captains, so I just look at what they're doing, and I'll do the same thing, and I'll learn, and it'll go great. What
was the most difficult thing about having a new coach this year? Megan Hallman last year stepped down, and Danielle Hagel takes over. Was there anything different in the preseason, and were any kind of different philosophies?
No, it's just the same ideas, but Danielle Hagel, when she stepped up, she's doing great. I mean, she was obviously ready to take the head coach position. We weren't really sure what to expect, but I'm really happy with how everything went, and I'm pretty happy with how she's been being our head coach, and she's doing a great job.
Now, she seems like a pretty happy girl most of the time. Does she ever get on your case?
No. Yeah, she always does on the sideline in the heat of the moment, but it helps you, and it kind of says, oh gosh, she's yelling, you got to step it up and then win it over.
What are you guys most looking forward to now? I mean, obviously, I think you guys made the playoffs last year, correct?
Yes, we did.
But then you lost in the first round?
Yeah, we're going to be in the playoffs soon, hopefully. We just have to beat Middle and ACIT, so it should be coming up soon.
And what are you guys really concentrating on here going into October? You're talking about 4 more weeks to kind of get yourself qualified for the playoffs. You can't have any let up at this time of the season. You guys should be in pretty good shape at this point, 4 weeks into the season. Is it more technical stuff you're working on now?
Yes, definitely. After preseason's over, we're in really great condition, and we're definitely working on technical stuff, but we're going to approach the games just like we approach every other game, and we're just going to try to win them all, so we don't need to worry about the differences. We're
talking with Emily Isley, sophomore at Cedar Creek High School, one of the leaders of the girls' soccer team, which is off to a 7-1 start. What's been the coolest thing about this first month for you guys? It's got to be a great team atmosphere. Obviously, when you're winning, everybody's happy, right?
Oh, definitely. It's really, really great. Everyone's happy. Everyone that just joined the team this year, they're doing great as well. We have great freshmen on the team, and it's just really exciting to be finally in the lead and be the one to watch for.
What's the deal with these soccer pasta parties? Why are they so popular?
Because it's pasta. After a long practice, getting pasta is the greatest reward.
And has your mom had to host yet?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What's the toughest thing about being a high school sophomore? I know that can be a tough year. It's a real transition year for a lot of high school kids. How do you feel like this school year is going, and what's been the toughest thing for you? You're kind of, you're into your second year of high school. You're getting some harder classes. You're trying to balance that with your sports.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult going back from school, then ending practice at 5:30 every day, then having to go home and do all your homework. It's definitely worth it. Just getting that balance of academics and sports is just really helpful, and it's still fun.
Now, do you have the typical sophomore attitude? Has your mom been getting on your case about that?
I'd say so.
A little bit of back talk. She's got to put you in line?
Nah, never.
No, never. If you're listening, Mom, she's an angel. Talk a little bit about some of the players on this team. Some of the other seniors besides Alina. Who's really been stepping up for you guys?
Well, definitely along with Alina, we have Emily Frazee in the midfield, and she's been doing great. She's really, really fast, so her and Alina make plays like it's nothing. And on the back line with me, we have Kelsey Kruger and Michaela Dunlevy, who are both seniors, and they're both really strong and quick. So I'm never worried about when the ball is going to come to me because I know they'll do really well on the sideline.
What's your toughest class right now as your sophomore year?
Definitely statistics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Just to give people who don't really know about high school athletics, people that might be listening who never played in high school sports, this day and age, you're asked to do so much. Like you said, these practices and 3-4 games a week, and a lot of these kids are taking a pretty heavy course load. What's your typical day like? Take us through that a little bit. Are you up at 5:30 a.m., that kind of thing? And how do you fit all this stuff in after practice, after games, when you're trying to get all this schoolwork done?
I don't really look at it as more work to do along with schoolwork. I kind of look at soccer as like a relief, like getting out of school and you have homework, but you still have to go to practice for 3 hours, kind of relieve your mind, just get your mind off of that kind of stuff. So it helps a lot. I mean, sophomore year is a lot of hard classes, but soccer just really, really helps me.
Now, what kind of course of study are you focusing on? I know Cedar Creek has some interesting programs over there.
Oh, yeah. I'm in the engineering magnet program, which I absolutely love. And this year is digital electronics, so I'm having a great time with that. It's a lot of fun, and I'm really, really excited for the next years that come with it.
Who's your toughest teacher?
Ooh, my toughest teacher. I have Danielle Hagel as my pre-calc teacher, actually. So now, she gets on me sometimes.
What's her personality like in the classroom as opposed to on the field?
Oh, it's the same. In class, she always talks about soccer, too, and she's always trying to keep our spirits up, so no matter where she is, she's always doing the same thing.
What are you focused on personally, as a sophomore and a captain? How difficult has that role been to take on? Do you feel like you were ready for that?
Yeah, I feel like I was ready, but it's a little nerve-wracking when you're the captain over some other upperclassmen. But I feel like everyone's pretty proud of me, and I think we're all really, really close now, and I don't think it matters. So we all lead each other, no matter who's captain or not. So it's been very successful.
How important has your family been? It's tough to be a high school athlete. You have to go through all this preseason stuff and your practice and games every day, that kind of thing. And when you get home, you have a lot of homework to do, you tests to study for. How important has that family structure been for you? And, it's got to be great to have your folks supporting you in what you're trying to do here in high school level.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They've been very, very helpful. When I get home, I'm stressed. They'll just calm me down. They'll make me some food, and I'll get on going with my homework again. So it's been very good.
What's your favorite food to indulge in that you shouldn't be eating during the soccer season?
Everything. The second I get home from a hard practice, you just eat it whatever the heck you want.
Well, I guess you're running so much, it really doesn't matter, right? You're burning through all those calories anyway every day, right?
Yeah, that's what I try to tell myself.
Where do you see this season going? I mean, have you guys talked about long-term goals, or is it kind of just week to week and hey, let's win the next game? Or have you sat down with your teammates and said, hey, we have a team that can actually do something here in the playoffs this year? I
mean, every game we always say we're going to win the conference, we're going to win the playoffs. I mean, that's the biggest goal, but really playing it by ear. We want to win every game, and every game is important, so we have to go strong and hard for everything, and we can't let down. So we've just been saying that the whole entire time.
We're talking with Emily Isley from Cedar Creek High School, one of the captains of the girls soccer team. Emily, you mentioned you're a sophomore. How much have you learned from these senior captains, just in terms of how to conduct yourself on a daily basis and how to set the tone for the team?
I've learned a lot. They're very good senior captains. They never really yell at you, but they'll definitely construct you, give you some criticism, and it builds you up and makes you stronger no matter how rough it is. So I've just been looking at them and trying to do the same. But I know my position, and I think I'm doing pretty well.
Well, keep up the good work. I appreciate you taking a few minutes to talk with us this morning, and good luck the rest of the way. Thanks, Emily.
All right, thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Thanks. That was Emily Isley from the Cedar Creek girls soccer team. They're off to a 7-1 start.